After a solid homestand, the Warriors started the road trip as the worst road NBA team after the All-Star break. Despite being close in every single game, I want to focus on Golden State's terrible defensive coverages in late-game situations, including miscommunication on switches, bad rotations, and overall lack of awareness. So let's get to it. In the Clippers game several days ago, the Warriors did not want to waste Steph Curry's 50-point night, but on the defensive end we have Dante icing Kawhi towards the sideline, but because JaMychal Green was on the wrong side of the screen, Kawhi rejects the pick and collapses Golden State's defense. This shows more of Kawhi's gravity as an offensive player. As you can see, Draymond rotated all the way as the weak side low man, forcing Steph to play the two weak side Clippers shooters. And Kawhi makes a brilliant in-air pass to an open Eric Gordon, and absolutely no rotation from Steph and the Warriors, so this is an easy three. Terrible effort. With Steph blowing up in the second half, it's only a 5-point game. And on the weak side, Kuminga is picking up Kawhi, who is getting a double screen by Paul George and Zubac. JK is playing aggressively and top-blocking Leonard, trying to discourage the usage of the screens and forcing the back door, which he does. Klay communicates a switch on this off-ball pick, and the Clippers counter by having PG curl off the second Zubac screen, losing Kuminga in the process. I'd say this is a combination of bad communication and effort by the Dubs, and Kuminga gets stuck on the pick, giving George too much daylight to launch a three. The problem with the small ball lineup that Steve Kerr has chosen to go with in the clutch is that despite having more offensive flow and flexibility, defensively this lineup is just too small. In the Clippers game, the Dubs gave away too many offensive rebounds to both Zubac and Westbrook, even though the game plan was to keep their center in Draymond Green as close to the rim as possible with the box out. Here we have a double team on Kawhi, trying to force another Clipper to make a play, and Terrence Mann is the decision maker. As he begins to hesitate, Kuminga makes the right rotation up from the corner, but here Curry and Dre miscommunicate as Steph decides to make the rotation to cover the man in the paint, even if it's a center in Zubac. However, Draymond should have rotated over to the corner, but I think subconsciously he did not want to leave the rim open since he is technically the Warriors' 5. This split section indecision, combined with Terrence Mann's drive to the rim, forces Green to stay put, and it's an easy kick-out pass to the corner where Paul George has daylight once again to launch a wide-open three, even with their eventual rotation by Draymond. We're going to need a traditional big to counter guys like Zubac in the playoffs. The Grizzlies game was a tough one too, and in the fourth quarter we have a two-possession game going back and forth between Memphis and Golden State. As Dillon Brooks uses a down screen but ends up flopping trying to get the foul call, Steph gets upset with his hands up as if he did not do anything wrong. But for on-ball screens, Golden State mostly prefer to switch these, especially between cards. But here Klay thinks he was getting a screen, so he stops chasing Desmond Bane. Bad miscommunication between the Splash Brothers here, as Bane gets a wide open three from a broken play, and look how frustrated Klay is as well. Off a pick and roll, Bane gets open at the top of the three, and I know he's a good player, but the attention given to him here is insane, as three separate Warriors appear to trap him. Looney realizes this and tries to rotate early to the wing, and as Tillman receives the pass, both Steph and Kuminga come double him. I love Klay, but his effort here was clearly lacking as he just stands there to ball watch before realizing too late that Jaren Jackson Jr. is wide open on the wing, and he gets a pass and attacks the rim for a layup. Another example of rotations and effort both lacking. As the game is starting to pull away from them, the Warriors simply lost their heart as well. Jaren Jackson Jr. was on fire this game, and as Tyus Jones gets a simple pick and roll, Looney starts to retreat in a drop position, even though Jackson Jr. has already begun to pop out instead of roll to the hoop. I love Looney too, and I love his effort, but this was absolutely terrible from him and the Warriors. Simple counter by Memphis to swing the ball up top for an open three. Well, there you guys have it. After suffering through another road loss, I want to break down some late game examples of the Warriors' defensive collapses. Despite being close in all three games, Golden State's lack of size, bad rotations, and miscommunication led to wide open shots for the opponents, who capitalized on the small lead and into a win. Being great at home is simply not enough come playoff time, and the Warriors are going to have to figure it out sooner or later. If you guys like this quick breakdown, like and subscribe to see more.